Welcome to episode 65 of the current Backloggers. The date is May 12th. I am your host, Casey P., along with my good friend and co-host, Cody G.
I tell you what, I must have a really common
How's it
name.
going, Cody?
Cody Grove?
Yeah.
Must be really common, because there's a lot of YouTube channels named Cody Grove.
Is there?
Yeah, because I was trying to find my...
I wasn't done with my intro, just so you know. Yeah, I'll edit that in there.
But yeah, there's a lot of Cody Grove YouTube channels. They all have, like, there's mine from 2010 that I did one video on there for an airsoft competition to win a free gun. But there's like 12 YouTube channels named Cody Grove that have uploaded videos, and almost all of us have just like one video. So I went through all of them. I thought it'd be cool just to subscribe to all of them and subscribe to nobody else.
Nobody else?
Yeah, just those Cody Groves. But yeah, what's up, man?
Just noticing how fucking... That might be one of the worst shirts I've seen in my entire life.
Oh, you like that?
No. It says 8 plus 6 plus 3. Or 13,
Loaded.
sorry. Equals loaded. Yep.
Loaded.
A terrible brown shirt, but I want to tell everybody for the, I guess podcast and YouTube listeners can't really see it, but that's literally one of the worst shirts I've seen in my entire life.
Odell got injured,
Mm-hmm.
and I got this for like $4 at Meijer.
Still not worth it, but good for you, I guess.
Yep.
What are you
There was also a shirt there that was $2. I consider buying just for historical value.
Mm-hmm.
It said every baker needs a kitchen, and it was $2. It was right after he got fired and after the season, but should have bought that too.
No.
Just terrible memories.
Jesus.
Every baker needs a kitchen, though. That's pretty fucking good. It's funny you mentioned that because I thought your shirt reminded me of it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's a fucking grand compliment. Thank you, sir.
Parrots look just like something from his album cover or something.
On our trip, I was having Siri tell us some jokes. Would you like to hear one?
Sure.
It's kind of in reference to the parrots is why I'm saying this. So what do you get when you cross a centipede with a parrot?
I don't know.
A walkie-talkie.
That's pretty good.
Right?
It's a good one. I had a really funny one now I'm trying to remember. So did you know R. Kelly he almost became a professional hockey player?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he just didn't like it anymore after the first period.
Since I don't think it's gonna be as innocent as a walkie-talkie joke.
Oh no, they're all dirty. What do you tell a woman with 2 black eyes?
I forget this one. I know it.
Nothing. You've already told her twice.
Yeah.
There's just some other good ones that I can't remember, but there's a chance I'll remember in the middle of this and just throw them out there.
You want to hear a food fact that Siri told us?
What's that?
Did you know French fries are not actually made in France? They're made in Greece.
That's a good one.
Yeah, right?
That's a good one.
It's like a rap battle, but very shitty jokes back and forth.
I like it.
What have you been up to, though, buddy?
Yard sale season started.
Mm-hmm.
So I went out to a bunch of yard sales. I was too early. They hadn't opened yet. So by the time I got back to it, like, oh, video games already sold. Or we were open yesterday and video games sold. I had a big stack. Like, just don't even tell me that. Oh, I had a big stack of Mode and Nintendo tapes. Like, why do you even tell me that? Just say no. But it was nice. It was around my mom's house. There's not as much eBay competition. So I got a bunch of shit for eBay.
Very nice.
But nothing really for myself. We'll get to pickups. I'll tell you what I got at the yard sales for myself. But
Okay. Anything else you've been up to?
it's yard work. Today when I was backing out of the garage, well, I just got my car back from my dad, and it's running great, and like a brand new car, and back out of the garage today and just ripped my side mirror off of my car. It sounded real dramatic and just smashed it. So I could get a new one of those right after I got my car back. My dad just loves it.
Uh-huh.
He loves working on my car. He's a big fan of it.
That's weird. Everybody has their things, though, you know.
Yeah, this is why I can't get a new car. I just always need beaters because I destroy them.
I can tell with that joke you told earlier.
That's right.
Okay. I haven't been up to a whole lot either. I've been working a little bit, but I did take some time off to go on a trip I mentioned a couple weeks ago. The first one, and that is went to Myrtle Beach for like 4 days. My days are so mixed up because of the trip. But went there with a couple friends from work and just did a ton of random stuff. I stayed in my aunt's condo and went to the beach a couple times. Well, we went there twice. The second time we were going to swim, but then it looked like not the best conditions. And then we were shopping at some of the shops around there. And we started seeing cops everywhere and ambulance pull up and everything. And then people started freaking out and talking about what happened. And then people were saying stuff, but you know those kind of situations, you don't listen to anybody because everybody has their own story of what happened. And there's like 10 different stories. But I found an official report from Googling it.
Oh, no.
And literally exactly where we're going to, the exact point we're going to swim, like the intersection, the little exact spot. It said 2 people got swept away, and one of them was saved by the lifeguard, but then they couldn't find the other one. They still haven't.
Jesus Christ.
That is fucked up.
It's really depressing.
Yeah, that's. I thought I'd get that out of the way before I start talking about the other stuff. But also, it's the crazy fact that it's literally the exact intersection we were going to start swimming in, and then it's all them pulling up. But I'm not predicting. I wasn't predicting something like that would happen. It just looked like not great weather, so I probably shouldn't swim, I guess.
One time I went to. There's a real nice area of Lake Erie where Cleveland's definitely dumped a shit ton of money. Like they built a real nice beach. Nice little clubhouse you can sit at, and like a little restaurant area, and the restaurant area is decently priced, and so it's like, wow, it's something really nice for Cleveland, and it's well maintained, it's beautiful. It's like a real beach. I mean, the water still looks like fucking chocolate milk, but they've done a good job in that area. And same thing, all those people started pulling up, like, oh fuck, dude, somebody drowned or something. No, it was just a couple people were ODing on the beach. Can't have anything fucking nice in Cleveland. I was even like, wow, it's so nice around here, and all these little kids running around, and they've done a great job with Cleveland. Wow, Cleveland's cleaning up. And then just out of nowhere, move. And they're running on the beach, and just a couple people ODing on the beach.
I think that's, to bring it back to your shirt, I think that's what's going to happen with the team. Everybody's like, we're finally back, and we got this. I think it's going to fall apart.
Well, they just made the playoffs, so it's like, I feel like we're already there. We're already winning Super Bowls, you know?
I'm so confident that that's what's going to happen that at work I told somebody who's a Browns fan, I was like, I need to bank off of this precious little time where you guys think you're Super Bowl contenders and make some money off of you. So I was like, I'll bet you $100 right now the Broncos have a better record than the Browns. Which
Really?
I should have the way worse odds on that. Obviously, it's like I should be a bad bet there. But he's like, dude, there's no way. There's literally no way you guys can have a better record, but I'm not betting. I was like, oh, one of these guys. And he's like, I'll bet 25. I'm like, okay, so you don't want 75 other free dollars, even though there's no way.
Maybe if you guys pick up Aaron Rodgers.
I think either way, and not even because I think the Broncos are the best. I just think the Browns are not going to be as good as people think. And then the Broncos are missing their top 2 players the entire year. Last year, even thinking the exact roster. And they made a lot of improvements outside of that. Like I said, it's still the offensive line's the biggest thing. Even if Aaron Rodgers is there, I don't know how much that's going to help with the worst offensive line in the league. But I just don't think the Browns are what people think they are,
Damn. Sorry you're wrong, buddy.
I guess we'll see.
Sorry about your $25. I guess it's a good thing you didn't take the full 100 then.
Probably is good for him, but I want to take more money. And even if I lose that, then I'm still way up on all my Browns-Broncos bets throughout history. So
there you go.
I'm still not even close to breaking even, so I'll take it. But besides that, terrible incident at Myrtle Beach. We swam a couple times at the beach, like I said, and then the pool a couple times. But besides that, ate a shit ton of amazing food. I went there weighing 156, came back 153. The other two people I went with both gained weight, so I think I'm on my way to get more clients for the P&P diet. One of them already texted me and said that they want to know my plan. And I was like, I can show you the way. I don't think it's going to go the same because I shouldn't be this weight. But I feel like I should start making this a business and just turn it into like a legitimate thing.
It comes with like complimentary insulin or something. We'll saw off the first leg for free.
But besides that, like I said, we just ate a shit ton of amazing food. One of the best pizza places I've ever had is down there. It's New York style pizza. And there's probably only 2 places in actual New York City that I've tried. Obviously, I haven't tried all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried a decent amount for the time I was there. And there's probably only 2 places in New York City that are better than this pizza place. And it's like a New York style pizza place in Myrtle Beach. And it's fucking awesome.
I'm excited to try it.
Yeah. And then besides that, you've been to Gatlinburg/Pigeon Forge with me. It's very similar to that. Like I said, you have the beach instead of Smoky Mountains, but besides that, it's pretty much all touristy stuff. So we walked the boardwalk to all like the little shops and everything, but went to the Ripley's Museum and the haunted house they have on the Strip, and we did the slingshot. If you've ever seen that,
Yeah, I remember you doing that once with Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's much cooler there because it literally sits on the beach, so you shoot up, and then the ocean's just right there. It's fucking awesome.
How much is that?
It was $25 each, so expensive, but not as bad as you might think for like a tourist trap like that. I thought it was reasonably priced. But I told you with all this gas stuff going on with the pipeline, it's quite the experience coming home. So,
what's the chance of this being Russia, China, or North Korea?
I know you said that. I actually haven't looked into anything. On my way home, I was making jokes. So we stopped at a gas station.
Uh-huh.
And the lines were out to the main street.
Was it in Virginia?
No, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah, North Carolina and Virginia seemed to be hit the hardest.
Well, yeah, but I had no context. I was like, we were just coming home, and I didn't hear anything about it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, should I pull in there? We're pretty low on gas. And I'm like, dude, we're not waiting in a line like that. Like, all right. And then I went to the next one, and it was like that. And I was like, the hell did we miss a memo? Is there like a fucking apocalypse going on? Is 9/11 happening again?
Whoa,
what is this?
That'd be scary.
And
I remember 9/11 was everything, though.
Yeah.
Like car batteries.
Gas was the worst, though. It wasn't even that it was running out or that it was an issue, but people panicked and made it an issue. And gas prices were also way higher then. But so then we pull up to the next one, and we're like, oh god, it's lit, because we drove past 3 other ones and they were all completely closed, just the lights were off and everything. We're like, it's lit. And we pulled in, and there's a cop there, and he roped off all the gas pumps.
Whoa.
And we're like, what the hell? And
were you guys Googling it at this point?
no, we probably should have. We just thought it was like a crime scene, so I was like, I'll get out of here. I don't want to be a distraction.
It's a crime scene.
And then
it's not a crime scene, it's an act of war.
That's right. And then I pulled up to this next gas station, and I'll let you know, at this point we were down to 16 miles left in the tank. It's a newer car that shows how many miles you have left till you run out.
Shit.
And we were in the middle of nowhere in North Carolina. We weren't on a highway at this point. It was like a rural road that seemed really country until we got to a gas station that was finally open, and we thought we were getting our gas. And I joked about how it was like an apocalypse. I pulled up there, and I guess I should have said, in Myrtle Beach, and I think all of South Carolina, they've lifted the mask mandate. So a lot of people weren't wearing them. Actually, more were wearing them than I thought they would, but definitely the majority were not wearing them.
Yeah.
And so it was a very different experience in here. And the reason I point that out is because I pull up to this gas station in North Carolina after being around most people not wearing masks.
Uh-huh.
And these people are look like they're in like the height of when all this started. Everybody has masks on, and they're all wearing gloves. And they're all kind of wandering around. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this place? Yeah. And
Jesus.
So I go to do Apple Pay on my watch at the gas pump, and it said it accepts Apple Pay. and then it said that it couldn't accept it when I did it. And I was, what the hell? That's weird. So I scanned my card. It accepts it. I do all the prompts and everything. And I pump gas. Go to pump the gas. I press unleaded, and then it just doesn't pump it. And I tried 2 times. I was, what the hell? And I got the other Cody's card and tried his and did the same thing. So then I go inside, and this was, I don't know about the top, but definitely top 5. I'd have to think about those scenarios of most unsafe I felt. It went from super country and run down to...
Were you near Winston-Salem?
Not far from there.
Yeah, that's why, buddy. Yeah, cause we used to go there a lot when I lived in Virginia. Yeah, I could tell you that's the first time I saw a drug deal or prostitution was in that area.
Yeah, I would bet. I'd bet all my savings for sure that both those were at that gas station that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not even a joke. And I would bet that if there's a way to prove it, because I'm very confident in that. So I walk in there.
Wow, that's crazy. My dad used to work there in Winston-Salem
really?
and live in Virginia. My dad could tell you crazy stories about Winston-Salem.
I walk in there, this black dude's talking to this other black dude, the cashier, and he's like, yo, give me my money. And he's like,
oh, God.
He's like, what for? The lottery ticket, bitch. And he's like, I don't have a lottery ticket. It's in my pocket, bitch. And he's like, then give it to me. You want me to give you my lottery ticket? If you want the money, I need it. Man, bitch, I can't believe you're doing this.
What the fuck?
And
does he not know how the lottery works? Or is he just trying to rob him?
Then he throws it on the counter. And, all right, you got to scratch the part where the barcode is. I'm not doing that. You do it. Nope, I'm not doing that for you. Oh, my fucking God. And then, oh, man. I don't want to get kicked off the YouTube. Oh, man, N-word. I'll do it for you this time, I guess, says a customer, and he pulls it back.
Fuck.
And scratches it. And he's like, all right, you want $2. Did you want that in cash? And then he just starts walking away. Sir, do you want the 2 in cash? Bitch, didn't I just tell you I want the $2?
What the fuck?
And then, all right, here's your $2. Damn right. And then he walks out of there.
Damn, what a winner. He only spent $7.
And then...
Fucking hell.
So I go up, and I'm like, can I get $40 on pump 6? My card wasn't working out there. Yeah, I got you. And then he does it, and I go out there, and it's the same thing. It won't let me pump. What the fuck? And I go back in.
Goes like, what money?
Yeah. And I go back in, and the girl who looked like a straight-up prostitute, while I'm waiting in line, well, actually, I'm at the counter at this point, throws herself against the counter and just throws a ton of change on the counter.
Fuck, dude. You were in the heart of Winston-Salem.
And
Jesus Christ.
He's like, man, we're not doing this again. And
this is a common occurrence.
She's like, what? I'm just trying to buy something. You can count the change if you want, but I'm not sitting here all night again while I count this change. Oh, I can't believe you treated me like this. I'm like, oh, my fucking God.
Dude,
And
could
then-
you imagine that no matter where you are as a convenience store worker, you get paid the same as this guy's getting paid? I would lose. I would be the same way as him. Like, he's a fucking accountant. Like, you eventually lose your mind.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I felt bad for this guy up to the point where somehow I became the asshole. I went up there and I was like, hey, I just spent $40 and it's not on a pump out there. And he's like, yeah, we're out of gas.
What the fuck? Why would you take his money then?
I was like, oh, I came in and spent $40 on the gas, remember? Yeah, I charged you for that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so what fucking dimension am I in right now? I was like, okay, can I get it refunded? No, I can't do that. What are you talking about? Well, there's no gas out there.
The fuck?
And he's like, well, no, I'm saying I can't refund it because it didn't charge it. No, you said that's $40 to the card. No, what I'm saying, brother, is I didn't charge the card. And I'm like, okay, so what do I do? Go hang up the gas nozzle. So I still had it out, and the off chance that it was going to work or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, I'm fine hanging it up, but then is the money going to go back on the car? Is that what you're saying? Like it's just like a pending and it's going to go back on it? No, what I'm saying is you got to hang it up. And I was like, yeah, I get that. But you're saying like it's not actually charging, it's just a pending charge? And then we had a peanut gallery behind me, these 2 other black dudes. Bro, what do you not understand? He's saying hang it up.
What
And I was
in
like,
the
no,
fuck?
I know. I'm just trying to understand if he's saying the car didn't get, because he charged me $40. Is it like a pending charge? You just gotta hang it up, bro. I don't know what's wrong with you. And I was like, okay, I'll go hang it up. What the fuck is happening right now? And then I was going out there, and then the crazy black dude with the lottery ticket came running to the car and, yo, fuck, they're out of gas, bro. And then these two cars peeled out and, go to the next gas station down there. And you just heard them yelling from like 100 feet away as they sped off.
This is what I'm saying. Society is a second away. We're all several meals or several days away from absolute insanity.
Yeah, that's what I was like. What I joked about being apocalypse or 9/11, and then it literally, people were screaming that where to get gas at a gas station and like speeding off and showing other people. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Good thing he told you though.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that attendant and fuck those people behind you. What the hell?
Yeah, the whole thing was fucking nuts.
Why would you accept my card then?
I know.
Unless it just he realized it just ran out.
Oh no, there was somebody next to me and I was like, am I missing something? Is this like, do you have to pump it different here or something? And she was like, no, same thing's happening to me. So, and that's probably why all of it made sense once that happened. And cause I asked him what was happening, if like I could go to another gas station, and he told me about the pipeline. That's the first I heard about it. But then it all made sense to me why there was lines leading up to that point, and then why that gas station was blocked off, because I can't believe more gas stations didn't just shut down for that exact reason. It's going to create so much fucking chaos and panic. So I'm surprised you didn't have a cop at each one of them being like, all right.
These videos coming out of women filling up fucking grocery bags. Fortunately, Ohio's not in that list, but we're pretty close to states that are. Like, I think it's Kentucky and Pennsylvania.
I'm not sure. I know it's mostly been the coastline, which makes sense, and that's where I was, obviously.
I did hear one, like, far east, though, like Kentucky or something. That's on that list. But Florida's not on that list, and Florida's having similar issues. I heard, too, California, you couldn't get any further away. Somebody told me at work that they're up to $8 a gallon in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
Finally found a gas station with 15 miles left in our car till we ran out of gas. And it would have sucked to ran out of gas, but majority of places we were at were on a highway, or we were driving through a town where I would be like, man, this sucks, but we'll get a hotel and we'll figure it out. This place, I literally don't know what I would have done. We probably a decent chance we all died tonight. I can't just like go up to somebody, hey, could you help us out? Because imagine if I asked that guy for help, how that would have went.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad's got crazy stories he could tell you. I'm trying to remember some, but there's like specific ones I can't really remember. Feral dogs at that time, this was like, we used to go there around 2005, 2006, 2007. Feral dogs was a serious issue around there too. Just crazy pit bulls that would roam the streets and attack random people. Yeah, when we go to Myrtle Beach, can we please like go around that area? Because I haven't been there probably since like 2007, 2008, and I have no want or need to go back to that area because there's nothing there.
Oh no, it's crazy how much of a difference it makes too.
Cheap cigarettes.
Probably like 2 hours from there is Charlotte, and we stopped there on the way down. And it was like the super nice downtown. Everybody talked to each other, and we rode scooters around there and saw the Panther Stadium, the big buildings. Everybody was super nice. And then like 2 hours away from there, it's a whole nother world. God.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was with you guys, I probably would have started like, guys, we got to go around this area. We can't go through this area.
Oh, like I said, we didn't have a choice at that point. I regretted listening to them in the first place and about not stopping for gas, because if we did that the first time, we would have stuck to wait in line, but we had that and just sped through that area and been out there.
I did hear, though, those ones with the huge lines, first of all, it takes forever to get to the pump, but then it takes forever for the pump to pump because everyone's pumping at the same time. Pump it up.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like Russia, North Korea, or China. This is an active war. I know Newt Gingrich said that as well, and I agree with him. But with this administration, and the FBI, what's the FBI doing? We're investigating nooses in NASCAR. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're investigating absolute horse shit that, come to find out, was a fucking handle, a rope handle that all the garages have. and how many agents did they send out for that? But then this is happening, an obvious attack on our infrastructure, and that this is nothing. This, I mean, at least, hey, we got Orange Man. Orange Man bad. We got Orange Man off Twitter. That's a good thing. Do you hear the rumor, too, that Biden shits himself coming out of Secret Service? Like,
No.
we have to travel with... I don't know how truthful this is, but it's funny as fuck to think about. We have to travel with Depends.
Well, it depends on the situation, right?
That's right. But he's shitting and pissing himself.
I can relate.
I hope it's true. Like, they have to, like, Biden, we got a nappy change out, okay? Come over here.
Nappy change.
So I don't know how truthful that is, but it's funny to think about. And of course, these countries are just gonna get away with whatever they want right now. Israel's lobbing shit. Hamas is. Have you seen some of these videos coming out of fucking Israel?
No, I've heard it's crazy though.
Suppose there's a video of like a 13-story building coming down and shit. But hey, we got Orange Man out of the office, and we're the gender in the military. It's like, guys, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. We're all sleeping at the wheel right now. And the only thing I've realized in the last year is society is really fragile. Oh, inflation's going through the roof right now, but we don't talk about that. My favorite, too, the Biden administration, some of the higher-ups in the... I don't know what the... Do you see Twitter is, like, putting, like, misinformation stuff beside gas stuff, too? No. Like, actually, the Biden administration... I don't know who is saying it, but they're like, this government agency, there's actually no gas shortage. Because technically there isn't a shortage, but the pipes that pump it to these gas stations are not working. There's no shortage, sure. How the fuck is Twitter saying that? My friends in Virginia, they text me today and they're like, bro, we can't even buy gas right now. I can't even drive. I don't know. Just wake up, America, I guess is all I can say. I don't know.
Isn't that a movie?
Tesla, I bet he's loving it. I told you guys to buy my electric cars.
But I don't think you're going to find him in Winston-Salem, so you're probably fucked there either way.
That's right.
Oh, man. Speaking of Tesla, did you watch him on SNL? I know you don't watch.
No, I can't stand SNL.
I'm the same way. I think there's really funny skits, but I wait for people to talk about them and then see if I like them. I can't watch that show.
Yeah.
But that's actually a good segue into it. I'm sure you heard about him being on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear he came out as having Asperger's during his monologue?
I think he's talked about that before, though.
Oh, really? He said it like I was like, nobody knew that.
I usually there was a rumor of. I've definitely heard that before, though.
Yeah, it makes sense if it was a rumor, because I always thought he's fucking incredibly awkward, and that makes sense because he literally has a disability that causes that. But before he was even on there, I don't know if you heard that part of the SNL cast that they wouldn't do skits with him because of his views, which, I've always said that how he annoys me, and more so than him, his fan base, and how he can do no wrong. He's like this weird like god to them. So not even necessarily him, but the crowd around him. But even to me, I was like, did you hear that knock?
I did.
You think I should check it or roll with it?
I don't know what it was.
Should I come back and you can hold the fort down?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Right. Top up something crazy.
I don't know what to talk about. Just my little rant on not saying these situations would be better under Trump, but I feel like he had the Middle East under control. I forget what those things he had put forth in the Middle East. I don't know. Political shit. But Western society is rotting. I think this, if I had to guess, I mean, I don't know who did this hacking. The hacking group's coming out like, we didn't mean to create a society to fall apart. We didn't mean to do that. That's what I've heard is neutral. But I don't think so. I think this is a foreign country, and this is an act of war, right? At this point. So, here comes Casey. What was it?
No one was there, so somebody got us good, or we're both hearing things.
That or your neighbors are tired of listening to us?
It's also possible somebody knocked on the neighbor's door because it sounds a lot like comes straight through here.
Oh, really?
That happens a lot. Even when you're in the living room, it sounds like somebody knocking on our door. Now we open, somebody just standing at the other door.
Winston-Salem. Oh, God.
But back to this perfect segue
I
here.
mean, even these big cities, like when we went to Detroit, there was still plenty to do, a reason to go there.
Yeah.
Winston-Salem is just, it's like Detroit without all the fun shit.
Yeah.
The reasons to go there. There's
It's
no
like the
reason to
8
go
Mile.
there. No, people used to go there because of cheap cigarettes.
Yeah.
People from Virginia would go over and buy cigarettes there. But, yeah.
Okay. So, with Elon Musk, like I said, I'm not his biggest fan, mainly because of the people around him that like him. But I think it's weird if somebody has different views than you to separate yourself from them. And I know it's kind of how society is now, but I think it's so backwards what it should be. I think that's exactly how you don't learn things. Doesn't mean you have to agree with him or feel the way you do, but to just separate yourself and treat people different is the complete opposite of what those kind of people preach.
Yeah.
Especially to the point where I don't know if you saw after he hosted, during and after, people destroyed him.
Yeah.
Because
I did see that.
Yeah, so it was terrible and super
Cringe.
Yeah.
Cringe.
I was like, I didn't watch it. I saw some skits, and it did seem kind of cringy. But also, have you seen SNL? A lot of it is pretty cringy, and that's coming from a lot of times actual real actors on there and people that know what they're doing.
Well, I think they're just trying to figure out any way to attack it, because you see it's like the biggest ratings SNL's had in I forget how long.
Oh, yeah. That was bound to happen with, obviously, they got him because of, well, he's a big name, but because of Dogecoin, it was just a perfect rallying point, and that's why you saw so many people that don't watch SNL watching it. So, yeah, it worked right into their hands. But, yeah, I think it's... Oh, you want to get that? Actually, you're not going to kill it.
Where's the napkin or something?
Just smash it.
I don't...
There's a...
American flag, it's dead.
Okay, there's a spider in here. If you're listening on podcasts or on video, you probably couldn't see him. He was gigantic, but he probably just didn't show it through on video.
He was gigantic. It was not. I'd never really killed spiders. That's the first time I killed a spider in years.
I'm proud of you. It's
Yep.
the first step to greatness.
Yep.
So, yeah, a lot of people are mocking for that, and I don't completely disagree with it, but I also just think it's odd because I don't know if you just are that much fascinated with SNL that you don't realize that a lot of these people are just as cringy. But then on top of that, don't have an excuse for one, they're not. That those people are usually actors and already kind of do similar things. And then on top of that, they don't have a fucking disability that literally makes them awkward around people.
Hey, could you imagine if the right was making fun of a autistic person on SNL?
Oh, that's what I was going to get to next. That was already crazy, but then it became 10 times more crazy when I saw a lot of people, and some of these weren't just like random people on Twitter. They were like people I've heard of making fun of him in that kind of way and talking about how he set autism back 1,000 years. And
What? He's the most He's incredibly successful. You'd think autistic people would be like, see, we can do great things.
And if that, I don't have an issue. Yeah, I think like on its face, it's like kind of funny just
Set
hearing
autism
that
back by 1,000 years.
Yeah, I think that's kind of funny just hearing that, and I don't have an issue with it as a joke, but I think these people are serious, and I have an issue with it not being an equal thing, because even if it is a joke, those kind of people would not be okay with that, and that's the exact kind of people that they try and protect and say how you can't say anything bad about them, but then when it's somebody that they don't agree with some of their views, then it's completely okay. And I'm not his biggest fan, like I said, but that actually, his monologue, even though it was hard to watch because it was awkward, that actually, I thought that was made me like him more than anything I've seen, and was kind of endearing, because I was like, man, I can't imagine how hard that is for somebody like that, and even with how successful he is, and you go, oh, it's fucking easy. He has a dream job, and he's set for life to go do something like that, where you could tell he was so uncomfortable that he could barely fucking get a sentence out.
You think he would be a poster boy for the liberals, too? Because he's an immigrant. He's from Africa. He came from South Africa's a shithole. I'll say it. There's nice parts
District
about
9,
it.
though.
Yeah, Diane word. There's a lot of good parts about
Neil
South
Blomkamp.
Africa. I like how we're naming all white people.
Well, I heard South Africa is actually mainly white people.
Well, it's actually caused by colonization,
Oh,
Casey.
I gotcha.
It's white people taking over the world, you know,
Gotcha.
British rule. No, I mean, you see that footage that came out of the armored truck getting ambushed in South Africa?
No.
Oh, that's a crazy video. You should go watch that. That guy was fucking badass. But even someone, it was funny seeing someone like that because he's well trained. He was a police officer, and but even seeing like him, like he was so scared he was shaking. But he's like, they're passing rifles around. You see the fucking rounds hitting their car, and it's bulletproof, so it's stopping them. But right where these bullets are getting stopped, or like where his head is, where his body is. But yeah, so South Africa is a beautiful country, but the way England left that country just created a complete shithole. But you think he'd be the poster child? He has autism, so successful. His things are like pro Green New Deal or whatever. He's a big driving force behind electric vehicles and solar panels and satellite internet. He's an immigrant. You think these people would be worshiping him, but because he's like, yeah, I don't agree with what you say over here. They're saying he set autism back by 1,000 years. It's wild. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought it was crazy. I think the craziest part, like I said, is people point out how cringy and awkward it was. I don't know if these people really haven't seen 90% of SNL. There's a 10% where I'm like, this is some of the funniest shit I've seen. But 90% of it, I'm just like, oh my god, how are people watching this?
Well, and then you gotta think too, why would somebody like that leave South Africa? And it's because I think the communist ideals or the bullshit liberal views of South Africa caused a brain drain. He could be doing the same thing just in Africa, South Africa. But he came to America because of the opportunities and because we were able to do that. But it's like, man, at some point, are we pushing too far left now that those people will not be able to do those things? Yep.
Crazy times, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. People gave me shit for not selling my Dogecoin, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Renee's brother's like, oh, man, you should have sold it this morning. And I was like, it's going to be fine. It came back. Didn't go back up to pre-SNL, but people that bought in the low caused it to immediately go back up. I think it's still sitting around the same. People were like, it's going to be it's unusable after SNL, dude. But
Right.
Let's see what it's currently sitting at.
I heard cryptocurrency in general went down big time today because, funny enough, Elon Musk said that Tesla can't accept cryptocurrency anymore because what it was doing to the environment.
What's it doing to the environment?
I don't know. That's what he said. I didn't really get that.
So yeah, it looked like it dropped around 8 o'clock, but now at 10:30 it's back up, going back up.
So I heard.
It is at 44 cents. So it went down 5 cents today.
So I saw.
What is it doing to the environment? What does that mean?
I don't know. I didn't.
Is that his autism speaking?
Autism speaks.
Oh, that's right. He set it back by 1,000 years, though.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, SpaceX too. They love. Oh, we're the party of science. This man's balls deep in science, actual science, and he's not watching Big Bang Theory or
It's a good show.
wearing fucking stupid shirts. It's the Einstein with a psychedelic thing behind it, or cover photos that are like, God, I believe in science. He's actually in science. Fucking idiots. I hate people like that. Fucking love science, dude. Fucking idiots.
Yeah, I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know how it affects the environment, but I was reading a little bit about it, and they said that Bitcoin dove big time today.
What's it down to? I'm gonna buy in. This might be a good time to buy in.
Not sure, but they said all of them dropped big time.
I'm curious because I might. It's not down too much. I mean, it dropped by $5,000, It went from 55 to 50,000. Mind you, back in October, this was like a $16,000 thing.
Mm-hmm.
So inflation's coming. These things are going to explode. Gold for some reason is not going up, but I think it will. I don't know. I think it's artificially kept low. I think the current administration is hiding things, trying to prop up things that I think eventually are going to explode, and I think there'll be huge inflation by the end of this year. But yeah.
Okay, you have anything else random you want to talk about before we get into the regular show here?
Yeah, just keep giving people that fucking unemployment. I'm sure they would love to go back to work, make less money, but actually have to work for it.
It's Bernie Sanders' wet dream these days.
Or Andrew Wang. Gang. This is what he wanted. This is a great test run for what Andrew Yang wanted. It's working out really well. I can't wait to buy bread for $40.
Why?
Because I don't eat much bread, so I guess that wouldn't be gas. I guess if gas went way up,
You
it'd
don't
be.
eat much bread, like any kind of bread. Like
Also, raw materials, steel, lumber, all that shit have exploded, and you're like, I don't buy steel, but that affects everything you buy. Gas is going up, so buckle up. But remember, Orange Man bad, Orange Man gone. We got him out of there, guys. No more rude tweets. I saw a terrible TikTok. Was a girl singing, "This girl is on Pfizer" while she's holding up her.
you shouldn't have just said that out loud.
What?
Talking about friends, those.
This girl is on
Yeah.
Pfizer, and she's like talking about how like healthy she like.
Deserves fire.
She is, you know, she's also probably 350 pounds, but she's really caring of her fucking health. At least I'm honest. I'm like, yeah, if I don't fix something, I'm gonna be in an early grave. But she's on TikTok, orchestrating everything. I wanted to put a bullet in my brain when I heard her saying "This girl's on Pfizer" while zooming in close on her vaccine.
I don't blame you.
Society's weak. I've been listening to these podcasts. I listen to them like podcasts, the interviews of veterans. Holy shit, Casey. Is some wild. I'll send you some crazy clips of this tunnel rat. He had like 37 confirmed kills. And they're like, how did you know those were your kills? Like, how did you know you killed all those people? And he's like, well, I'll be honest with you. I collected their ears. He made a necklace. I'm sure you've heard that before. Vietnam guys used to make necklaces. And he's like, I promised myself when I got there I wouldn't turn into this, and I did. And he basically was saying, like, listen. She's like, how did you kill all these people? He's like, well, it's easy. You pull the trigger and the gun does the rest. I'm like, holy shit. And he's basically saying, like, it's a warning that normal humans are a murder or two away from it. Say you had to murder somebody, kill somebody. You are just a step away from being absolute savages. And I was like, holy shit, this is wild. And then I like switch over, and I'm like listening to these D-Day veterans like talk about how this one guy, they're running the beaches, and he's like pulling his friend, his whatever, I almost said coworker, his I don't want to say comrade, that's fucking disrespectful, his fellow soldier, trying to carry him on the beach, and he turned around and realized like half his body was gone. A round had exploded while he was carrying him, and it was just half of his body. And I was like, damn, that's a whole different generation. We're over here talking about my pronouns and this girl's on Pfizer. It's like, man, we don't even know. You don't even know how wild society could get or how crazy life could be. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about, is just listening to those. It's kind of weird, too, because they were paid and government supported to commit, it's not, you know what I'm saying, murder. And then you tell them to come back to society and like, okay, here's your job. You work 9 to 5. This guy just came back from a country where he killed 36 people. And then he said it was also like a religious thing for the Viet Cong. If you cut heads off of their comrades and put them on a stake and then they would take cards. I don't know. I'm thinking about editing this interview to something. I don't know. It's just the craziest interview I've ever heard. And they put these, it's from 2002. They put these cards on their heads. And if they do that, the Viet Cong wouldn't come back. It was like some sort of religious thing for the Vietnamese. And so this guy was pissed off because when he come through customs, they took his machete in his ears. But he said his machete he really wanted to keep because he had taken so many heads off with it to make these warnings. And I don't know how you expect that guy to just step back into society and be a good... And he's just a normal kid, and they send him to Vietnam, and he comes back a fucking murderer like that. And then I get on TikTok, and I'm hearing about microaggressions and gender studies, and I just want to shoot myself. I don't know if I can put up with this anymore. It's insane.
Like you said, that's why you gotta separate and realize that normal people aren't like that.
Yeah, but it's becoming more and more normal. Like it's like I was watching Renee was watching old episodes of Catfish today, and they had a this was like a few years ago, and they received a text message that said they are on their way, and they're like, what does it mean? Is there multiple people in the vehicle? Like, why is there multiple people in the vehicle? And they get there and they're like, oh, that must have been just like an autocorrect. But now, if that happened now, they think, oh, it's a gender neutral person. Just in a few years, how much that's changed. That show's ridiculous, by the way. They'll be doing like interviews with people, and they have these most ridiculously posed shots. Like they have the camera in the corner, down low, aiming up at a fucking gay flag. It's like, oh, this gay flag's just in my pencil cup. And then they're always wearing like a T-shirt where the guy's like, hey, welcome back, guys. My name's Neve or Nev or whatever the fuck his name is. And it's like, the future is feminine or something like that ridiculous on his shirt. Like he must have 400 different of these political shirts. He's so smug too. And he's like, yeah, I just got done visiting my dad in the Hamptons. Like, oh, shoot yourself. Sorry, but that's all I've been thinking about. Normal stuff.
I guess. Before we move on to the normal show, why is it disrespectful to say comrade? Am I out of the loop here?
To a soldier, American soldier?
Yeah.
That's like a communist thing.
Is it? I just always thought that
Comrade? Yeah. That's a communist thing. Like that's how they would refer to each other. And then a lot of
Americans these use that term all the time for each other too, though. I thought it just became kind of like a...
I guess normally if we're talking it'd be fine, but I was like, I'm an American soldier, can't do that to him. So, but then a lot of cringy like people in our generations will use it. They're like, Antifa, these are my comrades. So like I can't use that in the same term.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So we can move on to the normal show, like I said. Is there anything from the weeks before that you forgot want to talk about?
No.
Not even that you love me?
Oh, yeah. I love you.
Okay. And then we get to questions, question, and feedback. Do you have anything there?
No.
Me either. So we can go to the question of the week by James. He says, how's it going, guys?
Good. Just watching Western Society rot at the core, James. How's it going, man?
Seems conflicting with what you just said. If you could have any job in the gaming industry, what would it be and why? Said James. And then he said, I also thought of an idea for your game show. You should start doing guess a character in the... Oh, wait. Since you started doing guess a character in the picture, but what about guessing a character from a quote? And they use an example here. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite podcast in the Citadel. James, I like the idea, and I actually did that this episode. So at the end of the show, for the game show, we'll be doing quotes to figure out what game it is.
Nice.
And then, if you could have any job in the gaming industry, what would it be and why? Chicken thigh.
I always wanted to be a tester.
Really?
As a kid. I think it was because of Grandma's Boy. And I always thought, like, oh, I just play video games. That's all you do.
Yeah.
But then you realize, like, that's not what it is at all. You just repeatedly play the same areas over and over again. My mom's neighbor, he came from California, and he used to be a tester for Sony. So it was a pretty chill job, but you're just playing the same things over and over again. And you got to take crazy detailed notes about how the things happened.
I've heard most testers, it's not even that you get to play a game over and over again. It's a fun game. You're getting like the worst build and like the early builds and stuff that nobody would want to play.
Yep, and then it ruined, like, you don't want to play that game then when it comes out. I said usually it's like a stepping stone as people trying to get higher into the gaming. I don't know. Maybe the world building side of things, like not the stories, but like the side stories or the behind the over, just world building, I guess. Um, but with the politics and just the amount of prominent liberal people in there, or the people are just so outspoken, and you could probably get fired at a drop of a hat, or just listening to Colin talk about it as a conservative and how rare that is. And it always seems like he was being cornered or attacked for his views. I don't think I'd want to do that. It's just an absolute echo chamber, and them trying to introduce unions, weird shit like that. I don't think I could ever do it. But maybe something like this on YouTube or a podcast that paid my living and I could play video games.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'd do that way over. If they're like, you could be the head guy at IGN podcast, and I'd still be like, I just would rather do YouTube. I don't think that's a thing for me anymore. I mean, all the way up to like 2014, I was still planning on somehow working in the video game industry. I'm glad that didn't pan out.
I gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, I've followed games for as long as I can remember, and we talked about before how there's people like games, but then it's kind of like surface level. Like there's NFL fans that you're like, oh, you like the NFL, but then can't tell you, like, list off stats and tell you what happens each year, which there's nothing wrong with that. People like stuff to different degrees. But then there's people like games, and there's people like really like games, like follow the industry and know the news and listen to podcasts. And that's how I've been for a long time, actually, because even a lot of my friends I play games with just like games and don't really keep up with the news or anything. So yeah, my dream was always to work at any of them. IGN was the biggest one, or probably originally Nintendo Power, because that was my first one that I really remembered and stuck with me. But I think now that's not as big of a appeal, because you have to think about more things in more realistic aspect as far as income and everything as well. And those, I don't think they're dying and just going away like a lot of people think, but there's no denying that they're becoming less of a business at the minimum. So
there's like every time you turn around too, there's like, we have this email from this guy that sent the sexual misconduct, and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, is this what are we doing here?
Yeah, there's definitely that. And then my next thought would be a game director, because I think I told you this story. When I was younger, I remember this to great detail for some reason. But I was in McDonald's Play Place, and it was the one by Clown Cone. So that's how weirdly I remember this. I remember this little girl crawled up the tube, and she was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an astronaut. And then all these other little kids gather and talk about cowboys and all kind of stuff. And I was like, I want to be a director for movies. What's that? Like the person that, I probably said the person that like films a movie. No, that sounds boring. Oh, okay. And I still think that'd be fucking awesome, but I'm definitely more into games than I am movies. And I think as a kid, I didn't really realize a game designer or director was a thing. I knew games were made, but I didn't really process it like movies, because it's not as well known. It's not in your face like movies are. But so that was my go-to, but I actually thought of one after that I think would be right up my alley in all aspects, and that would be something that we've talked about a lot, and something that somebody we watch somewhat often, Danny O'Dwyer, does, and that is game documentaries, because I don't think there's enough good ones. But then his job in particular, because he travels the world, which I love traveling. He obviously makes a decent amount of money, and then you also kind of get to be on both sides of like the journalism side of it, as far as like meeting up with people and everything, but also feeling like you're part of the game studios, because you get so much access that people don't have. So for me, I feel like that would be match made in heaven in all aspects.
Yeah, he makes some really good content.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think he would like me as a person.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm saying I don't think he would either. And I showed you the stuff that he said for some reason he didn't get canceled. The stuff he said a while ago, and so I'm not talking about like joining his crew. I'm saying like me being in his position.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, that'd be a fucking.
Speaking of video
job.
game unions, that's a big thing he pushes for, right?
Probably. I don't know if he did. But
I think that was him. I can't remember.
Yeah. So that's my answer, James. I'm actually curious what yours would be, so you should comment and let us know. I feel like probably working at
a little bit. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Probably working at BioWare is my guess for James.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Yeah.
But we'll see if I'm right or not. And then
James, you just start answering these questions when you send them.
Yeah, you could do that.
Because I'm always curious.
Yeah. And then that's all for question, and feedback. As always, send to currentbackloggers@gmail.com.
Thanks for the question, buddy.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, James. And then you want to get into the news, fella?
Yeah. I'll switch over real quick. Well, I guess we can start off with a crazy one. Oh, you didn't include it, so.
Oh, okay.
Boogie got arrested.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. That's not how I thought that would go, and I guarantee that's how Boogie thought it was not going to go. That's a hard one for me just because Boogie's the first YouTuber I followed religiously. I don't anymore. I haven't for a long time. But I remember celebrating 100,000 subs when I was on his channel to the million. And he's the first person him and Angry Grandpa would watch as soon as they'd upload.
You said Angry Joe?
Yeah, fucking big Angry Joe fan. That guy's always making great content that I can't wait to sit down and watch. I didn't expect him to get arrested like that.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about it here before. You want to set up what happened?
Yeah, it's hard for me because I love both people involved, Frank Hassel and Sam Hyde. I think Sam Hyde is a prophet from God himself, but Boogie is somebody I followed for so long, but also I know he would hate me as a person because we don't agree politically. Completely opposite. Boogie is anti-gun and wants to defund the police departments. He actually just wants to abolish them and replace them with social workers, which is kind of funny that he got arrested because Frank Hassel is you can't watch their content unless you support them. They got kicked off of everything, which is insane to think about. They've been kicked off every social media. So Sam Hyde uploads to YouTube under a different pseudonym and pretends like it's not him. But you can also support him on Gumroad because they're even kicked off Patreon because that's a good society that values free speech. So you definitely should go support him on Gumroad, both of them. I think it's $5 a month and you have tons of content. But so if Sam Hyde had been fucking with Boogie on Twitter, instead of Boogie realizing, I don't know, Boogie gets weird on Twitter. Instead of being almost the bigger man, which is fucking hilarious. But instead of just ignoring him, he let the trolling get to him to the point that Frank Hassel was taking photos of his house, was in his neighborhood, and then eventually just knocked on his door. And Boogie, for some reason, thought, oh, somebody can knock on my door. This is castle doctrine. I can just stare at them for 20 minutes and eventually pull out a gun. And he borrowed his roommate's gun. You can go watch all this footage, by the way. Frank Hassel was wearing a GoPro the whole time. I think eventually he's going to get shot, though. Some of the shit I've seen Frank Hassel do, I'm like, how are you still alive? But, so eventually Boogie just shoots it around in the air, which is, he also told him what he's going to do. He's like, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot you. And if you ever think self-defense is what you're going to claim, you probably don't want to tell people or pretend like you have the time to tell them that you're going to shoot them. Or shoot a warning shot, as he said. I'm going to shoot a warning shot. And then eventually he did shoot a warning shot, which is why he has been arrested. Because you can't just fucking grab a gun and shoot it in the air. Because this guy's standing at your front door. He wasn't in... If he came inside your house and surprised you, yes. But you can't just fucking shoot somebody because they knocked on your door and you can't handle trolls. So, unfortunately, Boogie... did I ever tell you Boogie liked my post about it on Facebook?
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. That was mind-blowing. I was like, holy shit. That's weird that Boogie is reading that. But yeah, so it took forever, but they finally arrested him for it, and that's the exact opposite of what I'm sure he thought was going to happen. I don't know. It's just weird. Like I told you, it's like being in a divorce.
Yeah.
Or it's like your old best friend from elementary school is like fighting with your cool high school friend now. So yeah, I don't know. His warrant was funny. His mugshot was funny. I hope he doesn't kill himself because he always talks about he's going to kill himself on Twitter. So that was a big part of Frank Hassel too. He just kept telling him to kill himself and you should just shoot yourself. I would hate to be in a beef with Sam Hyde or Frank Hassel because I would also lose my mind. So I get where he came from, but you just fed right into that, Boogie.
Did they set bail, or is he already out of jail?
I don't know. I think he's there now.
Really? 'Cause I feel like somebody like him's not going to be there long anyways.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because it's not like a... But I guess it was towards a fucking church and school, so Boogie's lawyer, and he's lawyered up, as he should. But it's funny, someone that was anti-police and anti-gun, the first thing he does when someone knocks on your door is you grab a fucking gun and call the police. Really sticking by your word. You should call a social worker, Boogie. I'm sure a social worker would have loved to come down there and deal with the case of Frank Hassel. Yeah. Maybe I can give you my login to Gumroad and you can watch all these. Great.
Oh, God.
It's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. He just purposely antagonizes people to get a reaction.
Yeah.
And they fall right into it. I get it in the moment if someone just walked up to me and started doing that shit. Maybe I would too. It's very likely, but I don't know. But we'll see if Boogie gets out.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're right. I'm sure we'll get out soon. This next one is a rumor from a Nintendo-focused YouTuber called Nintendo Prime. Basically, the Switch and NES emulation on their Switch, have you noticed, like, the releases have gotten really slow? Used to be once a month.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like once. There's like 2 a year now. So there's a rumor that this leaker had released that they had heard back in October. There hasn't been updates that they've heard since October that Nintendo's actually working on a what was their shit called? Their old store?
Oh, the eShop?
Virtual console.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're working on a new virtual console. That supposedly the rumor is March of 2022. The leaker, or the person that said it was like Netflix style, or you could pay for individual games. They said to think Game Pass more than anything. It's just a competition to Game Pass. And it's going to be separate from their online service. My question is, does this mean no more mini consoles too? Like, I'm concerned about that mini N64. But yeah, this thing looks like it'd be like GameCube games, Game Boy games. I'm excited because some of these fucking games are like impossible to even think about paying for anymore.
Yeah, no, I think it's an awesome idea.
By the way, this is one YouTube video, one YouTuber that specifically talked to that, and I haven't seen any else. So this is a huge rumor that could be totally false.
No, it'd be awesome if it did. Obviously, it's a big if it does or not. And it would suck if it wasn't included in Nintendo Online, because I think it's already hard enough to get people to sign up for Nintendo Online. But at the same time, I couldn't blame them if it wasn't. But I think it'd be easier. I think they're trying to compete with Game Pass at all. I think it makes sense to put it on Nintendo Online, especially if they advertise how crazy the family package deal is to get like 6 accounts or whatever we do for $40 a year.
Yeah.
If you had it on Xbox, that'd be fucking crazy. I don't think that this would stop any physical retro stuff they would do. So I feel like they know they'd still make money, and they're not going to lose sales from having a digital version of that. I mean, they might lose some, but I don't think it's going to be a meaningful enough amount that they wouldn't make something physical. I think they know that majority of their physical sales aren't people trying to get the games. It's people trying to collect stuff and have it as memories.
Yeah. And I think, too, this might have been why Nintendo went so hard against emulation a little bit ago. Was it like last year before? So I hope that's right. Because it'd be cool to get a lot of these GameCube games that are like $500 now to be able to play.
And Nintendo definitely has the biggest catalog of any of the three, so.
Exactly.
And the most important.
And yeah, the most iconic. Like it's gonna be huge. Huge. This is from Games Radar. Some footage of a lost Sonic game has resurfaced. This is from the article. It was a mobile game featured in Sega's Sonic Cafe service during the early 2000s. Since the service was exclusive to Japan, the vast majority of the titles released on it never saw release anywhere else, and most were thought to be lost when the service shut down in the late 2000s. It was a mobile phone subscription for around $3 or 3 yen or 300 yen. So you get a whole library of games. So essentially all the games have thought they've been lost forever. But a YouTube video was uploaded of someone playing Sonic Kart 3DX through what appears to be an emulator, uploaded by a Japanese YouTuber, which translates to the uploader's username when you translate it is literally person who uploads videos. The footage was actually posted in December of 2020, but due to how small the channel was, it's taken until now for the wider Sonic fan base to spot it. It was thought that the few the only thing people like in the Sonic fan base, the only thing they thought was left of these games were just screenshots, just lost to time, which is kind of the scary thing about mobile games.
Yeah.
Once they're gone, they're gone. But this game specifically was a kart racing game that launched on Sonic Cafe in 2005. It was a sequel to an earlier title they had released on the same service a couple years prior. And this is from my investigation for the current backlogger listeners. For some reason, the comments are turned off on this YouTube channel, too. I'm hoping this person's a past employee and has access to all of these games and can eventually upload them and save the entire library, because he's got some newer uploaders that have the similar UI and logo of the Sega Cafe stuff. I guess there was an American version of this service too called Sega Mobile, but it was all games that had already come out on other consoles, just old re-released. But it started in 2001 in Japan. It's just insane to think how far ahead Sega was with the Dreamcast in this service.
Oh yeah.
That I almost feel bad for them. They were way too ahead of their time for this to be successful. But if it came out like in 2010 or something, it'd have been, or 2000, even 5-6 years later, it probably would have been a huge hit. But yeah, that's my news. So hopefully someone out there's got all of these and can save them, because they are gone forever. If not,
that'd be nice.
It was almost impossible to find the screenshots people were talking about, and there's such little amount of information on these games. But it's like a Netflix. It was like Game Pass, but for your early 2000s phones.
It's like the Sega channel.
Exactly, the Sega channel. Maybe that's what I thought of too. Let me switch over to your news. This one's from. Oh, sorry. What's that?
I was gonna say I didn't put any fancy headlines because there's only a few news stories and there wasn't very many good ones. So no headlines.
How dare you? From IGN. That's all we got. The ESA has confirmed that games from a number of prominent developers and publishers will be part of E3 2021, and additionally previously announced partners. So here's the companies. They really scraped the barrel at the end, though. I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that's why they said including after. I think they knew those were just kind of throw-ins.
Square Enix, Sega, Bandai Namco, Gearbox Entertainment, all confirmed to have games to show at E3's all-virtual event for 2021. They were also joined by Xseed, Games Marvelous USA, Incorporated, Freedom Games, Devious Eye, Entertainment, Turtle Beach, Verizon, and Binge.com. It's kind of scary. I don't really like if your list starts out with Sega. That's your headliner. Kind of nervous.
Well, I don't think it's a bad sign because that's not the first ones they've confirmed. If you remember, a few weeks ago we talked
The
about
Xbox.
yeah, Xbox, Ubisoft, pretty much every big one
True.
confirmed. So I think this is a good sign because then you have kind of the next tier of big ones, and then majority of those other ones are kind of throwaway. But I think there's always been throwaway ones at E3, so I think it's even better sign you have like humongous to smaller to very small companies in there.
Yeah, that's a
Kind of
good
some of
point.
Everything.
That's a good point. E3 2021 will take place from Saturday, June 12th to June 15th. I need to screen cap that so I request off for work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. But they didn't say like new announcements though. It was just so hopefully there's announcements and not reiterating or old trailers or games we've already seen.
Yeah, I think it'll be some of both. And with them, I think the ESA has to know how important this E3 is, even if it's not physical. If they want it to be physical and ever have a chance to come back the way it was, I think they're going to have to know that they're going to have to have something to show.
That's a good point. Hopefully some more like drops like you could play it now.
Yeah.
So this one's from IGN as well. Ubisoft has announced The Division Heartland, a free-to-play game set in the Tom Clancy universe. Why did they do this with... I'll finish the article, hold on. Developed by original Tom Clancy studio Red Storm Entertainment, Division Heartland will be a standalone from the main Division series. It's planned to release on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC for 2021 to 2022 window. So it's currently very unclear as to what kind of game The Division Heartland will be beyond its free-to-play nature. It's an all-new perspective on the universe and a new setting, says Ubisoft. It is, however, just one component of transmedia expansion of The Division across games, movies, and novels. Previously announced, the Division Netflix movie starring Jessica Chastain and Jake Gyllenhaal will be joined... I don't know if that's how you say her name or not. Will be joined by a new original novel. Oh my god, I can't wait to read that novel. Set after the events of The Division 2. That's actually a quote from Jake Gyllenhaal. New content is also coming to The Division 2 later this year. The DLC will add a new game mode. Finally, a mobile game set in the Division universe is also in development. Why does Ubisoft always have something successful and then just fucking squeeze it? Ugh, like the fucking Rabbids games, Assassin's Creed. They're like, oh, we need fucking everything out of you.
Yep. And I think Homeland, that's what it's called, right?
Heartland. See
Heartland.
how? See?
Yeah, and I feel like Homeland and Heartland, I feel like are in so many different war-style things. I feel like all of it seems so forgettable.
The novels. Oh my god, I can't wait to read that fucking novel. I like the first Division. I bought the second one when it was like $5.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I haven't played anything in the Division yet.
First one's good.
Yeah,
Enemies a little bullet sponges, but they're like they want you to believe in this world, and it's a great story and is actually real life. But then you get into combat with somebody and you're shooting a guy literally 400 times. Yeah, they just need to stop that. Ubisoft, you guys get something successful. And we need fucking Division bed sheets. We need Division fucking toilet paper.
Sounds pretty dope.
The next thing's from The Verge, our last bit of news here. Target, this is so stupid. Target has decided it's had enough. God damn it! The company has officially confirmed to Bleeding Cool that it will halt the sales of Pokemon cards throughout the U.S. Starting Friday, May 14th, the retailer cites, quote, an abundance of caution for the safety of both guests. Stop calling customers guests. They're not guests. And store employees, and notes that it will be selling the cards on its site. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to go over real well. I'm sure your website's not going to crash or orders canceled. People are going to really love that. Or bots buying it, or people with multiple accounts buying it. That's going to go over real smooth. But I guess for your safety of your guests and your workers,
Yeah, I put this in there
stop
because
buying
we
our.
talked about this, I
Yeah.
think, last week. And I know that you said most of it was BS, but I feel like there has to be some truth behind it. Not that I think it's. I know you're.
Oh, I'm talking about the cereal. That was about the cereal.
Oh, I thought you said even the Pokemon cards were not a big deal either.
Oh no, that whole area in every store is always raped.
Yeah,
But
I
the
was gonna
cereal
say,
section, they were like, there was dead bodies, there was explosions. Meanwhile, Israel's getting bombarded and blowing up shit themselves, and we're like, we're really concerned about the Target's employee safety of all the Pokemon cards. Stop buying our products. We're really concerned about our guests. Ooh. Fuck you, Target. It's all cards, too. Like, even sports cards are huge right now. I'm going through a bunch of old cards. I have a bunch of Shaq rookies I think I'm going to throw up on eBay. Got a big old stack of Shaq. Yeah, Shaq Attack.
That's all news this week, right?
That's all the news. Next week, Target's actually, we're going to close our doors because people keep asking us questions.
I don't have any. I think it's the media pickups, which I did not have any this week. Do you have any?
Yeah, I have 3 Blu-rays I picked up while I was yard sailing. Well, Renee got me for our anniversary. There was a movie called Mutant Chronicles. Mutant Chronicle or Chronicles? I can't remember. But I read the book in high school, and it's supposed to be this big movie that's coming out, and then it never came out. It's because it was a straight-to-DVD thing. I think the Sci-Fi Channel eventually picked it up, and I really thought it was going to be the next big movie, but I never got to see the movie. And Renee tracked me down a Blu-ray copy and got it for me. But then I went yard sailing, and this guy had a bunch of Blu-rays and video games, but unfortunately it sold them that morning. But he had like brand new PS4 games for $1, so I grabbed those for eBay, but it was only one. It was like Tekken 6. But he said he had a bunch more before I got there. I was so sad. But then he had Spaceballs on Blu-ray. I don't have that yet. It's one of Renee's favorite movies. You know she's watched that and loves that movie, but never watched Star Wars.
I've heard multiple people say that. I don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
I like Spaceballs, but I think if I didn't see Star Wars a bit, this movie's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things that I also don't understand. God damn it. When I was a kid, I really liked well, I still like AC/DC, but my babysitter at the time was like, oh, they made a movie with Stephen King. I'm trying to grab some information off Google about it real quick. They had made a movie with Stephen King, and I was like, no way. Because I think at the time I'd watched I don't know if it's a movie or TV series called The Stand. I don't know it's a long-ass movie. It's a movie.
Yeah,
So I liked a lot of Stephen King stuff, so she's like, oh, well, you fucking like AC/DC, and they made a movie together in 1986. This is exactly how she said it. In 1986? But no, so it came out in 1986. Screenplay was inspired loosely based on Stephen King's short Trucks, but it's all themed around AC/DC music as well, and it's basically all vehicles have been like hacked or something, and they're just killing people. So it's about this people stuck at a truck stop hiding from the semis trying to kill them. Ridiculous.
In, North Carolina.
That's right. It's a ridiculous premise, but it's one of my favorite movies. She had to illegally download it because it was not available, I don't think, at DVDs. This was like 2006, 2005, and that's how I watched it. But since then, I have never seen it again, and I didn't know that recently a Blu-ray release had come out of it, and this guy had a copy of it, so I bought it for 50 cents.
It's not a bad deal.
Yeah, it's like a $30 Blu-ray at Best Buy right now. So I never knew it came back out, so I snagged it. And then maybe like a few months ago, too, I was telling Renee it was like a fever dream. I was like, yeah, AC/DC made this movie with Stephen King? And she's like, uh-huh. It's probably like a little child talking to her. But I was like, we need to watch it. We need to find it. And I found it.
Very nice.
So that's all I picked up. So
Okay.
my media pickups were literally $1 for all 3 of those Blu-rays.
It's a good deal.
Well, Renee paid for Mutant Chronicles, but
When was your anniversary? Or when is it?
it was last Saturday. 5 years, half a decade. Thank you.
Make sure you get in the mic.
Thank you. It's been hard work. It's been a struggle.
I actually, sadly, have not been playing anything this week, which is criminal, and I still haven't fucking played any more Pokemon Snap yet. I'm just really fucking failing. Well, actually, I was on vacation, but still, I wanted to be able to play some games. What have you been playing?
Just Call of Duty.
That's it?
Yep.
Wait, that our smallest section is the point of this
Yep.
show?
The whole point of the show. Just Call of Duty.
So, let us know what you've been playing in the comments. I'm sure all you guys have been playing more than both of us combined.
Oh, yeah.
And what have you been watching?
Lost.
Okay.
I got 6 episodes left.
Oh.
Um,
You're about to, I won't say the episode, but within those 6 episodes, I think it's one of the best episodes in the entire series.
I hope so, man, because it's getting corny again for me, and it's feeling like a chore again to watch episodes. Like I'm forcing myself to sit and watch.
I won't say what it's about or anything. I don't want to spoil it, so it might not connect with you the way it did for me, but I fucking love it.
So it's like I'm like going through all my a bunch of old sports cards, trying to find valuable shit. I'll just throw on Lost and watching it at the same time. And then Dan Bell released his first feature. It's kind of cool because I've been literally listening to him talk about this for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Of getting it remastered to 4K and getting it uploaded so people could finally watch it. But he did it. It's from 2003 and got it 4K remastered. There wasn't a time where he thought it was ruined too, because the old tapes, I don't know if they got moldy or what, but they started having issues. So he's like, I got to do this 4K thing now. We got to save this. And the machine ate one of the tapes. Big part. So he's like, that's it. That's the only thing I had left of it. But this, I'm guessing it's a fan, was like, bro, let me come over, and he fixed the fucking machine, opened the whole machine up, took the tape out, cleaned the tapes, and saved the movie. And so he's able to upload it. It was all shot on VHS, so I like that vibe of it. I think that's what most people feel. But it's very similar to like a John Waters, but he was really good friends with John Waters. At this time, like John Waters was at the release. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's literally doesn't make much sense, but there's an abortion scene in it where they mash the baby's head into a motel bathroom. It's good stuff. It's also very similar to like a Twin Peaks vibe. Just a really gory Twin Peaks.
So
off the wall.
It's actually serious then, huh?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes and no. It's just entertainment, I guess, the only good way to put it. I think you'd fucking hate it.
Okay. Check it out.
Yeah. I don't know if I know many people that would be like, this is good.
Yeah.
Its big help is that it's Dan Bell, and that I've been like waiting for this movie to come out for like 3 years, or to finally be able to watch it.
It's okay. We all have our things. I don't think you connect with very many Taylor Swift things that I would watch.
No, I saw your copy of Cats over there on the fucking shelf.
Got it on Blu-ray.
I saw. Big fan. I wish they put the dumb version in there as well. I hope someone's able to save that real shitty CGI version. And then I finally went, for our anniversary, we finally went back to the movie theaters.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we went over to Easton and watched Nobody.
Oh.
No. We were going to watch Mortal Kombat.
I think you'd actually watch it.
But she didn't seem super into that, and was just like, well, we'll just go because nothing really playing. But we both love Bob Odenkirk, and I was like, his new movie's out, and I think he had a lot to do with the production of it. It's called Nobody. It's very similar to Falling Down and John Wick, which are two of I'd easily put those in the top 10 list of action movies or some of my favorite movies. So it's not as good as either one of those, but that doesn't mean much because those are fantastic movies. RZA from Wu-Tang Clan is in it. Plays his brother. And then Christopher Lloyd plays his father. It's
It's more comical too, isn't it? Like dark humor.
Yeah, dark humor. Yeah, yeah. It's a revenge flick. Fuck the world. I don't know. It's all that good stuff mixed into one. It's a fun action movie, unlike fucking Fast and the Furious.
Those are fun movies. They're fucking suck, but they're fun movies. In a great way.
Which the new one was advertised before this movie.
God, it was so fucking dumb.
They're using magnets.
Yeah, I tried to get a gauge of somebody at my work about how they are with movies, and I did it real easily. I was like, he's like, dude, have you seen the new Fast Furious trailer? It's fucking sick. And I was like genuinely good, because I feel the series started out good, and I still like it now, but kind of like, oh, this is just dumb fun.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking bad, bro.
It's bad.
And then I saw the trailer, and I was like, did you see a different trailer than I get? Because this looks like the craziest one yet.
And then Vin Diesel's like, shit, if it's not my brother. And it's fucking John Cena's his brother. I can't stand John Cena anymore. Slowly turning into Ernest. Where he lost me is when he spent like a year in China, like lived there, and was like, "Bowding, bowdy, bowdy boo," and he's like, "I love shopping at Chinese grocery stores. There's so many options." But they're like shooting cars through buildings with magnets, and what point are we done with this? But then remember when I told you that they had like that Tokyo Drift, like they had those like the cars and stuff.
Yeah.
In the trailer, Vin Diesel's holding a picture of the main character from Tokyo Drift. So I'm like, is this what I was excited about? The fact they're bringing back Tokyo Drift, and it's just fucking you just going, it's my brother, and it's John Cena, and you're shooting cars to the walls with magnets. This is like the 10th. Sweet. I know it's Fast and Furious 9, but isn't this technically 10 with that Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah, with that one, yeah.
10 movies.
That's fucking great. How was it being back at the theater?
I remember some of the reasons why I don't like it. People talking and cell phones. It's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
I just want to talk and look at your cell phone. But yeah, it was well, I was sitting there, I was like, how can I recreate this environment as much as possible at home? Like this sound system and this size of a screen. If I was a fucking billionaire, I wouldn't be there.
That's why I think you need something you can, aside from very select number of people.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, you can't recreate it if you like the whole experience of like the social aspect and the food and drinks and all that.
Yeah. But that's it.
Okay. I actually went to the theaters as well with my dad. We were trying to look those out. There wasn't much. We debated nobody, but I didn't know if that'd be his jam. So I told him to pick, and he picked Tom and Jerry.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Because he loved Tom and Jerry growing up, and I actually did too. But I was like, I saw a trailer, and I feel like this was not what he's expecting. I think he's expecting a show, and I know this is like what looks to be a more downgraded version of how he did Smurfs.
Mm-hmm.
And Smurfs already wasn't that great.
Space Jam.
Yeah. And it was not that great, unsurprisingly. And it was very corny, and the acting was not good. As far as Tom and Jerry's part, they pretty much had like all the things you remember in there, like the traps they did, and all that stuff was like right on cue. But I think it works in a show because that's literally that's all the substance there is to the show, and it's like a 20-minute bit, and then it's over, and then it does the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
So they had all that in there, but they mixed around. They had it looped around this ridiculous wedding story and all the stuff that just was like the most cliche thing, and no reason to have it except an excuse of it being in a movie so that we can have the Tom and Jerry stuff in there. So it wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen, but it just seemed like something that should not exist. And if they wanted to bring Tom and Jerry back, they could have just done it on Hulu or Netflix or whatever, and not have to force some story in there with a bunch of not that great actors.
Sonic.
Yeah. Sonic's definitely much better than that, so I guess I shouldn't say that. I think you probably left Tom and Jerry. And then besides that,
what'd your dad think?
He said it wasn't bad, so I don't know. I thought he was gonna be like, we wasted our fucking time, but he said it wasn't bad.
Your dad's so innocent. I can't imagine him like coming home from work and seeing you guys zoom that far into the penis as a little kid. Poor guy.
Go listen to or watch Things We Shouldn't Admit. I think it was episode 2. Because I feel like out of context, that sounds like I was just looking at my dad's dick or something. But, which if you hear the real story, it's not much better, I guess. But I'm trying to help myself out a little bit here. And then besides that, we watched some good old comedies when we were in Myrtle Beach. So we watched 40-Year-Old Virgin, Big Daddy, and Semi-Pro. Semi-Pro is still one of the funniest movies to me. I think it's so underrated. I think it's I think it's probably maybe right underneath Basketball for funniest movies to me. I love it so much. And then besides that, we watched episode 2 of The Bad Batch, the new Star Wars show. It was a good episode. It was 30 minutes, which I think that's what all of them are going to be. But that first one was, since it was the first one, was an hour and 15 minutes. So they had a lot more room to work with. So this one, it seemed rushed, but that's just because the first one was so long. 30 minutes is normal for a TV show. But besides that, I had to take a break during one of the movies in Myrtle Beach because I got a notification. I'm sure you know about this, that the Reds were on their way to a no-hitter. So I was like,
whoa.
Oh, you didn't hear about this?
No.
Because it was against the Indians.
Yeah, but did you see the game before that, buddy?
The game after that. That they won.
No, the game before that, though.
No.
Let me see. Because we watched it on Saturday. Are you talking about the Saturday's game?
I have to look it up here.
I think that's the last game was Saturday's game. And that definitely was no hitter. Was not a no hitter.
So why is it so hard to look up? I'll find it here, don't you worry.
Pull it up here, pulling up the games. Oh, yeah, it is that Friday, so it's been the game before. I'm sorry.
So you're acting like I'm crazy, that's you.
Yeah, but did you see the game after, buddy? That's why I watched that on my anniversary.
I did. See, that's the most Cleveland thing I've ever heard. I found some guy there to fuck with. He said the same thing. Because right now the Indians are still losing the series, and the Reds threw a fucking no-hitter against them. And I don't want to say it's wrong. I had to look it up. But I think the Indians are the first team in the history of baseball to get no-hit twice in the same season.
Really?
And we're only 40 games in this season, so hopefully it can happen again. But it was fucking awesome to see. I've only seen 2 Reds no-hitters in my life.
Oh.
So, this is the third one. I've seen 2 up to this point. I'm so glad I got a notification because I was in Myrtle Beach. I was paying attention to the score, but that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, fuck this. No, you're just going to stop watching movies? I'm not going to miss this. So
Yeah.
I went and got it on. And it was 0-0 going into the 9th inning. So I was like, fuck, if they don't get a run, he's probably losing no-hitter just by a default of having to pitch more in this game not ending. But he got 3 runs in the 9th inning. And then shut those bitch asses out.
I had one friend that was he was kind of a douchey. He's a big Boston's fan,
Yeah,
Red Sox fan,
mm-hmm.
and he got to go see their no hitter in person. So he saved their tickets and framed it, and then of course that same pitcher that threw the no hitter, he was the same one that beat the Indians in the World Series when he got traded to the Cubs.
Hell yeah.
So that motherfucker hadn't talked to me in years, and that's like the first thing he sent me was about that.
That's beautiful.
He's blocked me on all social media now. He's gone AWOL. So
that's a trend for Boston sports fans. I have a friend like that.
Whoa,
only
yeah.
talks to me when the Patriots are doing good.
That's funny. But at least we all can definitely say without a doubt, fuck the Yankees.
Yeah, fuck the Indians and Red Sox more, but yes.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, luckily I had my Cincy tank top on. I passed this dude that was wearing a Disgust Nest Lindor Indians jersey.
Rip.
And it was the day after the no-hitter, so I passed by him. Hey, you catch the game last night, buddy? And did like a look. I think he was looking to see my outfit. And, no, I didn't catch that one. I'll check out tonight's game, though. So obviously did check it out. And just passing along. Oh, you fucker.
That next game
got no hit.
The Indians have been so inconsistent this year. Either they've played like the worst team in existence or a pretty good team.
hopefully they keep playing the not as good side.
Oh, they
But
go
then-
back and forth though.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to be all that.
Oh, I gotcha.
But hey, luckily for you, after this season, they're gonna say that's not a part of their history anymore because it won't be the Indians. So they'll be like, yeah, we didn't get no hit twice. We weren't the first team that had that happen.
That's right.
That was the Indians. We're the Spiders. So that's all I've been watching. Though, let us know what you've been watching in the comments, and then have you been reading
Sorry.
slash listening to any books?
No, just
Yeah, okay.
podcast.
Yeah.
I did hear that the Indians, when they were the Spiders, they think that's where the Indians' name came from. They had a player that was Native American
Oh yeah.
that played for the Spiders, and they think that's where people started doing the whoa whoa. That's where it started from. They think. And that's where the Indians title came from, was from him. But I also heard he was not a very good player, and he was more of like a joke on the team. I don't know though.
He tried to help him out to abandon that terrible name, and then, I mean, terrible name lines up with the franchise they've had, so that's fitting.
He also had a really sad life. He was an alcoholic even while he was playing, and I think he died because of alcohol.
Because he had to play in Cleveland.
Yep.
It'll do it to everyone. We can get into the free games here. On Xbox 360, you have Lego Batman till May 15th. I guess that's a correction. I'm pretty sure I've said 31st, the last two podcasts we've done. And then Tropico 4 starting May 16th till May 31st. Xbox One, you have Armello till May 31st. And Truck Racing Championship till May 15th. Put that in the wrong order. And then Dungeons 3 starting May 16th till the 31st. And PlayStation Plus, you have PS4, you have Battlefield 5 and Stranded Deep. PS5, you have Wreckfest, Drive Hard, Die Last, Fast Furious 12 till May 31st. And then the play-at-home game still available till May 15th, Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. And then you got any fake outrage?
Nope.
No? Well, I was on vacation, as I said.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
All right?
Is this Winston-Salem again?
No, it's not.
Okay.
We are going up and down the boardwalk looking at these little shops. And I go in, I see a giant cage of hermit crabs. Great creature, right?
Oh, yeah.
But something crossed my mind that never crossed my mind when I've seen these amazing creatures crawl around their cage.
They remind you of spiders?
No, or I wouldn't use any of those kind words I just used. And that is, they're like the most helpless, dumb things ever, and they just crawl around until they find a new home they crawl in, and like, all right, I'm gonna live here now until I die or find a new one. And then us as humans decide, you know what, this house that you spent your whole life searching for, and that's your whole purpose, we're gonna paint it whatever we want. So now you're gonna be a cute little Superman, or
You know, I hear it's actually worse than that.
oh, is it?
Yeah, I hear they rip them out of their shells and then put them in these stupid painted ones that are like, oh, this one's painted like Iron Man, Mom.
I
This
know.
one's a Confederate flag, Mom.
It probably depends on the company or something. Yeah, Confederate flag, they're all about that down there. So many of those, so that's definitely possible. I've seen them literally crawl into those before, so I'm
Oh, yeah, they'll leave them and go get new ones and shit.
yeah, I'm guessing it probably just depends the kind of people that run the place, if they're the kind of people that handle it right and just set them in there and wait for them to do it.
Yeah, you ever seen ones that do it with trash because they think they're shells?
Yeah.
Those are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so I think it's a little outrageous that all they want is a home and all we want is to still think about ourselves and be like, oh, I bet you like Hitler, don't you? Here's a swastika and have fun. And he's like, I just want a home.
Yep. I've had many hermit crabs growing up.
I had a couple.
Did you?
Yeah.
One time my first one, I was like, it passed away. We had it for a long time, and I was like, I want to save it. I want to save the shell. But so I just put it in like a container, but didn't think like, oh, you got to take out the dead hermit crab. And I didn't. And I would just look at it through the container, and then open the container, and it smelled like roadkill. It was terrible.
Obviously, I'm joking. That did cross my mind. I was like, ooh, I could use a fake outrage. And there's nothing I'm actually offended by. But I do think it's fucking weird. I never really thought about that. All their purpose is to find a new fucking shell to live in. But then we're like, ooh, I bet you love being Superman. I don't fucking know who Superman is.
This one's tie-dye. Here, huff these fumes, these paint fumes, so this white trash family can be like, Hun, you want to get the Confederate flag one or the Trump 2020? Which one should we get, hun? Oh shit, we can put that in the aquarium we got at home. We got this at Myrtle Beach. It's painted red. It's a hermit crab. Can you imagine if we did that with turtles? Just spray painted them and then put them out for sale. Oh shit, get the Superman. There always is like the superhero themed ones. Yeah. And that is a weird thing to think about.
Yeah. I don't know why I never processed it before. Should we do our weekly game show?
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to take James' suggestion, like I said, so this is going to be different. I'm going to read 10 quotes. You get 2 points if you get it right. I get a point if you get it wrong.
Okay.
And then if you want to phone a friend for any one of these, you can.
Okay.
I think a couple of these are gimmies, and then others I don't know if you'll know, and then there's one that's real cringy in here. You ready?
Yes.
Science isn't about why, it's about why not. I almost just listed the game. Some of these I knew on my own. Some I was looking up video game quotes, and I was like,
say it again.
Science isn't about why, it's about why not. But most of these are ones I looked up and I was like, I actually like this quote. And
I don't know. Portal? Final answer?
So close. Portal 2.
Oh, fucker. Damn.
I would give it to you, but you and Derek yelled at me at one time. And you said that it has to be exact, so I guess we'll stick to that. All right. This is a good one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power.
So gay. What in the fuck game is that? My friends are my power. I don't friendship. We win. Say it again.
You just want me to read this again?
Oh yeah.
I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power.
Whoa. Recore. Final answer.
Kingdom Hearts.
Of course. I wouldn't have expected any less from that series.
Like I said, most of these I actually...
You know, there's probably some terrible ass anime music playing while they said that too. And then Pooh sitting over there with like a sword. Oh, brother.
Most of these I actually thought were really good quotes. I was surprised were in games with how bad writing can be in games. Some of them I knew and added, but that one, I was like, oh, I got to put that in there. Maybe if we do this again, I'll try to find some more terrible ones like that. All right, here's one. Finishing this fight.
Finishing this fight?
Yep.
I thought it was finish the fight, but maybe this Halo 3? Final answer?
Halo 2.
Halo 2. Fuck. Damn it.
That's the last line of Halo 2. That's where people got really pissed because it was a cliffhanger. I thought it was fucking awesome.
With the bomb?
Yeah. I didn't really see a game end like that before, so I loved it. All right, ready?
Yes.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
Say it again.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
Enslaved. Final answer.
Oh, damn, I thought you might get that one. BioShock.
No, I never got that.
Damn. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.
I have no idea.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer, yeah.
Half-Life 2.
Yeah, definitely never got that one.
Yeah, that BioShock and Halo, those ones you would know for sure. There's one that you'll definitely gonna know in here for sure. If not, we're done with the podcast. It's over. War is when the young and stupid are tricked by the old and bitter into killing each other.
Gears of War 1. Final answer.
GTA 4.
What the fuck?
It seemed like way too impactful of a line
Yeah.
for the game. But I was actually like that. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
We all make choices in life, but in the end, our choices make us.
Why is it like Linkin Park lyrics? But in the end, do-do-do-ch. Sorry, it's probably a little ear rapey for everybody out there listening.
We can't say the R word.
Say it again. I feel like this would be on a fucking. This would be on like a Walmart T-shirt or something. Five Finger Death Punch T-shirt with like an American soldier like running in the background. Say it again.
He's running in the background on a shirt. We all make choices in life, but in the end, our choices make us.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
It's a great song too. See, what are you
doing yeah.
Here? Oh, okay.
I like Linkin Park a lot. I have no fucking idea. Final answer.
BioShock.
Oh, Jesus.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of gum.
I don't know the specific one. It's Duke Nukem. I feel like you said it in multiple ones, so you had to say it in Forever. Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, it works. I put Duke Nukem, but that's what I was thinking. I know he says in that, so that works.
Trying to cool. Time to kick ass and chew butt. You ever watch that fucking somebody is running like a chat for I think World of Warcraft and someone's pranking them with that? You have never seen that?
I don't think so.
Time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. Let me play it on this because there's nothing in it that's that would get it flagged.
Besides the ad that starts up.
Walmart, bitch! I pay for YouTube Prime, you know, YouTube Premium, Amazon Prime. Duke Nuke. I can't believe you never fucking. This is an old video.
I don't think I have, at least.
Balls of steel.
That sounds familiar.
Ball. Maybe this is it.
Oh my God.
That might get it.
Okay, get off vent or I'll have you bent.
Eat shit and die.
I have heard this.
I've got balls of steel.
That's, interesting.
You have just been banned from the vent server and...
Blow it out your ass.
Who did that?
Who did that?
Hold on 1 minute.
That was not me. Somebody's playing a joke on someone again. Blow it out your ass.
You think that's fucking funny? Do you fucking think I'm fucking laughing?
I've got balls of steel. I've got balls of steel.
Does that remind you of anybody? This goes on, by the way. She just continuously loses it.
Are you going to stay here or are you going to leave?
I've got balls of steel.
But yeah, you can just go look it up. It's just Duke Nukem Prank. It's one of the
funny one.
So fucking great. Who does that remind you of though? That we worked with at Cinemark.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's like that screams that person, but also clearly they have a control issue, which that person also had.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get you bent on the server. You're bent. You're banned. Balls of steel. God, that's such one of the best YouTube videos.
Are you ready for your last two quotes?
Yes.
I'd buy that for $1.
It's an NES game, right?
I don't know.
I'd buy that for $1. I'm gonna hate myself, but I don't know. Final answer.
Super Smash TV.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say RoboCop because that's what the line's from. So I thought it'd be a trick question.
This is an NES game, though, right?
I think SNES game. If I remember.
SNES. Okay.
So that makes sense too. Super Smash TV, Super Nintendo.
Good point.
All right, last one. I thought these quotes were great for the most part, besides Kingdom Hearts one, but you're gonna fucking hate this if you hate the other one. If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. And it's better if you play the game too, because that makes more sense.
Have I played this game?
I don't think so. But maybe I know we talked about that, so I didn't like try and find stuff that you wouldn't get. I just couldn't remember if you had played it or not. We talked about it so many times.
Say it again.
If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script.
No idea. Final answer.
Alan Wake.
Oh, yeah. Never played it.
Oh, okay.
I want to, though. That's definitely high up on the list.
Yeah, you need to, especially the longer you wait. Like I said, it was already dated when it first came out because it was in development for way too long. But the story and the atmosphere is so fucking good.
Please, since you won by a lot,
Okay.
you should reread the
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, but we should definitely. Well, it's on here. It'll be recorded. Go ahead, say it, buddy.
I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power.
Damn, that's powerful, dude. I just got cold chills.
Really?
Ugh. I feel like there's static in the room after you said that. How many people got amped? You're like watching this anime Square Enix character with a sword and then Pooh in the background with his gut hanging out with his sword or whatever stupid character. And like, damn. That's powerful, dude. Shit. Ugh. God, that whole series. And if you look at the fans of that series, I'm like, I don't know if I want to play this game. What if you met a fan of that like, be like, yeah, you have a great taste in things. I better play by your recommendation.
Anything you want to talk about before we get out of here, guy?
No, that's it.
All right, the Nintendo video I posted some.
Oh wait, I got something. I got something for you. Please go to Gumroad and donate to Sam Hyde and Frank Hassel, and then also donate to Boogie's Legal Fund.
The Nintendo video I posted somehow is on its way to 1,000 views.
Jesus.
Which is fucking nuts. Every time I see him, it's just gonna die down. There's no.
How are the
reason to do this
dislikes?
much. Still only 2 and up to 23 likes. So
23 likes.
Yep. I'm going back to New York soon. Maybe I should just keep doing the same Thor videos. Oh wow, we're blowing up. But besides that, me and D-Dubs are recording an episode of Bro Hawks tomorrow. So probably a day after you hear this, upload will be our next episode for Bro Hawks. And then, as always, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at currentbacklog. And you can email any corrections, question, or feedback to currentbackloggers@gmail.com.
I've got balls of steel. Balls of steel.